I love it when Christians tell me to go to hell. Darling, I've already finished it. Hell is an invention by Christians to keep the insurance premiums high. The only place that hell exists is in church. Now, I joke, of course, but I am the oldest daughter of pastors. I am an ex-evangelical, and I have lived, loved, grown up in, and left/been shunned by Christianity. So I can tell you this, ain't no hate like Christian love. But let's talk about this. Where do Christians actually get the idea of hell from? It's not where you think. The first place we have to start is ancient Judaism, like ancient, and they use the word Sheol, which was essentially this neutral place where it was sort of a shadowy underworld where souls just went after they died, regardless of morality. It was just a thing. It was just a silent resting place. No big deal, just sort of in between. Greek philosophers, including the likes of Plato, introduced the idea of sort of a soul's judgment, immortality, judgment, a place that they'd go after death. Now, the interesting thing here is that they were using terms like Tartarus and Hades. Now, Hades is quite famously the god of the underworld, the husband of Persephone. He essentially entrapped Persephone, daughter of Demeter, by bringing her to the underworld where she ate 6 pomegranate seeds, and then having eaten from the underworld couldn't return. There's this whole thing. It's a beautiful story actually, and I do quite like Persephone. She's my girl. But then after that we actually have Persian Zoroastrianism, which was in the intertestamental period, where they sort of introduced dualism, or this idea of a struggle between good and evil. Now, Zoroastrianism actually is one of the world's most ancient religions, and Christians do claim to be the first monotheistic religion, even though they worship a trinity, which is 3 gods. Sure, but Zoroastrianism is the actual one that claims that title. Then finally we slip into the one that Jesus used, which was actually Gehenna. And that was basically a trash heap outside Jerusalem. And it was sort of, it was a metaphor, but it was this, literal trash heap. It's sort of local knowledge where, you might say, from Melbourne, for instance, head out to Doveton. We make jokes about these things. Sorry if you're from Doveton. It's just the only southeastern suburb that I could think of that I didn't like. Anyway, all of this is to say that hell wasn't actually something that was used in the Bible. It was something that was constructed from a whole lot of other things. Now, the interesting thing is, where did it actually get its name? There's a lot of different theories, but one is actually from Norse mythology, wherein the trickster god Loki married his giantess wife, whose name I will absolutely butcher if I try to pronounce it. But they had 3 children, 3 terrible and fearsome children, one of which was Hel, and she was half living and half dead, and she was essentially the goddess of the underworld who cared for souls who had died of old age, illness, or misfortune. So when I'm told to go to hell, I don't know what you mean. But also, ain't no hate like Christian love. But also, we should acknowledge the cultural appropriation that has gone into Western evangelical Christianity. And we should acknowledge that there's all different parts to this, and other religions got there first. When people say, I believe the Bible, it's okay to double check it. Now, I am an anti-cult advocate. I also talk about toxic religion and Christian nationalism. And I think it's important to note that today I'm talking about toxic religion. I'm talking about the way people can claim righteousness while also slinging hate at other people for disagreeing with them. With all of that said, hell's something invented in church to keep the insurance premiums high. And I'm proud to say, I've finished it. Have the day you deserve.